and welcome to another episode of Still Waters. At this very spot, right out there in the water, me and two friends were swimming. We were 14, 15 years old. We had been at one of those guys' homes before and got drunk from what I believe was not something meant to be consumed orally. If I remember correctly, I think it was like perfume or something. But we got drunk, and the guy who we drank at was out in the water. And when you are in the air, you don't have to do that much in regards to going with the flow and understanding the elements of wind. It's pretty free. But when you engage in water, you have to meet that. And when you are too slow, you are not able to do that. So you sink eventually. You won't be able to keep yourself above the surface. And you start to consume water against your will. And you will die. But we noticed that with this guy, so we swam out and we grabbed him and we got him back to shore, and that was all right. But he died eventually despite that, because it's a combination of giving away your own responsibility and putting your life in the lap of somebody else, while you remain ambivalent to change. So what are they gonna do? You're not listening to the easy, simple communication to your own salvation. So they give you pills because you tell them that you're in pain. Well, go figure, you're going against nature. That hurts. And then he died. And that's sad, because he was a guy that was like Mother Nature himself. He loved all the kids like they were his own. And he never saw anyone different from anyone else. He saw soul. Always. He just saw the love in everything and everyone. But that was not what I was gonna talk about in this new, fresh episode of Still Waters. No. What was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, about that black hole thing. When you are at the point of, when you're on the event horizon, like really, you're about to up the other side. You are in darkness. So I am laying here outside. It's a sunny day. It's a blue sky. The temperature is super nice. But to me, it's stale. It's I don't know if you've seen that movie with Stephen King, Langoliers, when they're there's no echo, there's no reverb, there's no taste, there is no smell. It's just a vacuum in time and space with no real love, actually. and all you can do is smile. Smile and keep your faith. I've listened to hurts. It hurts. It hurts my body. Do I fit inside the camera now? Yeah. I listened to my own music as I was coming down here. And my music is made in stereo, but it was like mono, dude. And the transient, the hits, the compressor effect that I've made in my specific taste were like there were no transients. It was like blah, 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 like that, with no emotion, and I didn't get caught in the music. And I was like, the lyrics is like, it's like a beer that's been standing out in the sun for 2 years. It's like, yeah. But you gotta understand where you are and not give in to the misconception that this is the end of everything. Because if I would do that right now, I would commit suicide for real. Because I would invest everything in things are going straight to hell. But all hell is gonna break loose when I'm at the other end. Because that's the supernova that I have created. So you gotta look back at what the have you done? What have you created? Have you created destruction? And then you're a part of the nuclear holocaust that will kill you physically. I will die. I am about to die to my old self. And the universe and the world, who's part of the universe, has no choice anymore. There is no turning back. There has been no turning back for about 2 months, actually. I got notice about that. I get a lot of communication in music, like specific tracks at specific timings, in specific events, in relation to specific communication with people. And I see that because I can read the signs. And that's not possible if your mind is in control and you listen to the mind with all the judgment and all the accusations and all the it has to be like this. Oh my God, we're dying. Can't you see we are Thelma and Louise in it? We are going straight off that cliff to a certain death, which is true in the spiritual world that the mind does not understand at all. But that's why I have no specific sense of taste, smell, sensation on my skin with the sun. If I want to feel anything right now when it comes to music, food, or physical sensation, I have to exaggerate that a great deal. Like I need to eat super flavorful, perhaps spicy food. I need to have a really cold bath or a really hot bath. and I need to listen to some trance music with a hook and a melody that just grabs the shit out of me. And that's where many people are, who are in the misconception that they are happy when they're really dark inside, which is a saturated state, and that demands saturation in the opposition of that, in contrast. You're not supposed to find enjoyment in the Coca-Cola syrup that is not even mixed with water, because it's so condensed in flavor and sugar. You are supposed to eat an apple or a pear and it tastes like a fistful of candy. That's where you're supposed to be. Or else you just keep on saturating. And when is that gonna end? And when you think about it, if you live a saturated life like that, with constant entertainment that is unnatural, you will eventually crash. You will end up in a state where this is not available anymore. And that will become so dark. So dark. So you might eat something that will boost your serotonin or dopamine, all in the misconception of your own saturated experience. So you gotta lose it all. You gotta come to a place where it's all stale, no bubbles, a certain depth of all sensation, of all experience, as you're moving in silence towards the event horizon, trusting God to bring you out safely on the other side. And God will, because God is loving. So you keep your peace, you keep your conviction, and you keep to yourself at this time. That is important, because you are in a delicate state, extremely sensitive to false impressions. So if you meet somebody who is worried right now for you, they are actually worried in relation to themselves. So let them be worried. Don't absorb that. Don't come near that. Not right now. Not otherwise either. People are constantly worried. They are interference, distortion in an otherwise stable energy. It's like you're moving your ship and it goes steady, right on course towards the event horizon. you decide to beam up your mom. Like, are you sure this is gonna work? Just creates all of that shit in the ship. And you begin to shake because you're in control. And you start pushing buttons in relation to what your mom is saying. Oh my God, maybe I am gonna die. This doesn't have to be your mom. It can be someone close to you, a friend or whatever. Listen to no one. Trust your own system that you are in control of all the time. And your ship is called Loyal. The SS Loyal. That's what it's called. And that ship is waiting for you. Always. As you choose to be true. And that's the boarding pass. It says your name, whatever you choose that to be. What it is you do, what your passion is, what you feel about love in the world and in the universe. And then there's a checklist to see if you're humble, grateful, respectful, and understanding, forgiving, and true. And you're standing at the entrance to the ship, getting greeted by God, who lets you in and morphs together with you as you together steer the ship in faith towards the event horizon. I wish I had a fart right now to end that speech with. Towards the event horizon. Just to take the edge of, of all this. Too much crazy pressure. I'm looking forward to eat something else but rice. I only got rice at home. And I have no money. No. I actually have money. I have one SEK. That's what I got left. But that's all about to change. I'll see you around. Hopefully in the physical reality and not on a video. Have a nice day. Peace.